We all know AI makes mistakes, it's going to hallucinate, give the wrong format, or sometimes just miss the point of what you were trying to do. So what if we could give feedback to an AI worker every time it runs a job so that we start to shape its behavior and improve its performance over time? Well, that's exactly what I've just built and added into Bizway. In this video, I'm going to show you how it works. If you're new here, my name's Gerard. I'm the founder of Bizway, a no-code tool that lets you build your own team of AI workers. So to demonstrate the new jobs and feedback features, I'm going to be going with this YouTube brainstormer. And what we're going to be discussing is this new feedback section, as well as this new jobs history and how the two features interact. You'll also notice that with these additions, the knowledge, instructions, and jobs have been separated into 3 different tabs. So now we can really start to get a sense of this whole worker has a knowledge base, it has a history of jobs that it's worked on, and we can also still work on those instructions just like before. So what we want to be able to do is give this specific worker some feedback every time it completes a job, so that if it makes a mistake or if it doesn't quite give you the response that we wanted, we can incrementally give that feedback, include the feedback in the next job, and update the behavior. And the instructions for this worker are to brainstorm a YouTube video idea based on what it knows about my business and a text input. Then it's going to generate an image, which is going to be the YouTube thumbnail, and it's going to create a new document in my Bizway account for me to review. Every time this worker runs through those instructions and creates a new document, it's going to be added now as a job. This means that I can now review the history of this worker. What are the jobs that it's done? What were the inputs each time the job was run? Where was the output sent? And I can also provide feedback for each individual job. So let's just run this worker one more time. Let's click run. Focus on ideas related to automation. Run the worker. Workflow completed. And here is our idea. Boost your content with Bizway's no-code automation. It has our timestamps, benefits, demo, integrating tools, and a little workflow automation thumbnail. Okay, not bad. But there are a couple of things that I would want to change about this document. So I'm going to provide some feedback on this job. Head back to my worker. Let's check the job so we can see that this job was just run, successful. We can see the job input, so focus on ideas related to content marketing. The output this time was in Bizway as a document, and no feedback yet. If I want to attach some feedback to this particular job, what I can do is click on that feedback section. You can see that it has selected this job as the item that I'm giving feedback for. I can select any other job that has run in the past, or I can select to just give general feedback, which will be added to the worker as well. I'm going to work on this rating system, but for now, if you want, you can give it a rating out of 5. And my feedback for this particular job is going to be, make sure you include a short meta description. Also, the first thing in days, Bizway.io. So this is a concrete piece of feedback that I would like it to know so that next time it runs the job, it includes this section. Add the feedback. You can see that this is updated now in my table, and if I head over to knowledge, I'll see that this feedback has been selected and added to my feedback bank for this AI worker. If I don't want to include it on a specific job run, I can deselect it, and whenever I do want to include it, I can add it in this feedback section here. So let's just try that out. Let's actually use the exact same input as last time. I'm just going to copy that from here since this is already listed for me. I'm going to run the workflow, and just so that nothing else has changed, we are running the exact same instructions and input, but now we've given it some feedback to include a description at the top. So there we go. We have our little line at the top of the description. We have a new idea. And again, we have our thumbnail. The only thing that's changed is we have now got that little call to action and a short meta description at the top of our video idea. So the other thing I'll show you is that now that we have this jobs history, it's also going to track the jobs that are run from our shared workers. So if I go to this logo generator, and I say, create a new logo report. Then here we go, we have our little output from the tool, and that job will now appear under this jobs history list. You'll see that the output is on page. I'll also probably add another column for the trigger, which is going to be either scheduled, manual, or public shared. So this is now a way for us to track the usage of our external tools that we have published and let other people use. And we'll get to see a history of how people are using it. And we can even give feedback on the jobs that were run externally on our shared tool. To recap, there are 2 new additions to the Bizway platform. You can now see your jobs history, which is going to log anytime your AI worker runs a job. And you can then add feedback for each individual job, which is going to update and adjust how your worker completes jobs in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.